On November 22, 1963, as the presidential motorcade rolled through Dallas, a bullet struck John F. Kennedy in the back. Basic human physiology dictates how a body responds to severe trauma. A person hit with that kind of kinetic force should instantly go limp, slumping forward or collapsing onto the floorboards. Yet in that moment, Kennedy remained perfectly, rigidly upright. The reason for this physical anomaly was hidden beneath his tailored suit. The president was tightly bound in a stiff canvas and metal back brace, pulled incredibly taut, locking his entire spine in place. To the American public, he was the very picture of youthful vitality. So how did a man famous for his physical vigor end up strapped into a restrictive medical device that would ultimately seal his fate? Kennedy's physical struggles started long before the presidency. He was born with a genetic frailty that was later compounded by Addison's disease, a rare disorder of the adrenal glands that severely weakens the immune system and drains physical strength. Then came World War II. During his naval service, a catastrophic collision at sea ruptured what was left of his spinal stability, pushing his pain well past the point of endurance. By his early 20s, his own skeleton was failing him. Unable to function normally, he started down a desperate path of radical medical interventions just to retain his mobility. This diagram illustrates his first major operation, a procedure called a discectomy. The goal is mechanical. Surgeons attempt to relieve severe pressure on the spinal nerves by removing parts of a damaged disc. But in Kennedy's case, it failed to stop the agony. Driven by constant pain, he consented to a massive escalation, a spinal fusion. Doctors screwed a heavy metal implant, known as a Wilson plate, directly into his vertebrae to artificially stabilize his spine. Because his immune system was already compromised by Addison's disease, the introduction of foreign metal caused catastrophic localized infections. Deep, painful abscesses formed around the surgical site, leaving his body weaker than before. 2 more invasive surgeries followed. Doctors desperately tried to undo the physical damage of the fusion and manage the raging infections, but neither procedure brought relief. Instead of finding a cure, his lower back had become a ruined surgical battlefield. He awoke to the exact same relentless agony, now permanently reliant on heavy daily medications and a stiff canvas brace just to hold his skeletal structure together. His daily operational reality in the White House was a physical nightmare. He moved through the halls of power locked in a restrictive corset, functioning only through a dense regimen of powerful painkillers, heavy daily steroids, and muscle relaxants. Yet the presidency demanded an aura of absolute strength. He meticulously concealed his condition from the nation, projecting boundless energy while hiding deep surgical scars and bulky physical restraints beneath immaculately tailored clothing. He stared down the Cuban Missile Crisis and guided the free world through intense geopolitical tension, all while enduring a level of continuous, private torture that would have incapacitated most people. Which brings us back to the motorcade in Dallas. The thick brace binding his torso that afternoon was the culmination of years of failed medical ambitions, a desperate measure to keep a broken man functioning. When the first bullet struck, the rigid brace did exactly what it was designed to do. It held him upright. Because it physically prevented him from instinctively collapsing into the safety of the car's floorboards, he remained helplessly suspended in the open air, perfectly framed for the fatal second shot. The literal armor he had constructed to survive his private physical deterioration became the exact mechanism that killed him. It is a haunting reminder of the duality of leadership. Behind the most powerful public images of strength, there often lies a profound, deeply hidden vulnerability.